picture industry as facades. Facade is a French word meaning false front. No way. We're not going into that spaceship. What's going on here? Yes, sir. Anything you say, sir. Well, folks, it looks like we're about to be captured by a Cylon battle cruiser. What will happen inside is anybody's guess, but you better get your flashes ready because we just might need the pictures for evidence. General? Wait, I'm no general, and we weren't attacking anything, were we, folks? We were just touring.
Your fate is sealed. What is the standing order of your imperious fleet? By your command, the total extermination of the life form known as that. We'll make a tasty meal for our Orion allies. The position here has been discussed. More humans may follow. Prepare for liftoff. Before I have you scavenge the spare parts. I demand the release of the humans. Destroy him. Get out of here. I'll be all right.
Let's get out of here, Ernie. So the A-team have been invited to a party. Saying that looks like Hannibal Smith out front. Say, Hannibal, do you need a light for that cigar? Whoa, wait a minute, Hannibal. I heard this was a housewarming party, but this is ridiculous. Oh, I get it, folks. He's firing the upstairs maid. But as we go by, you'll see that the house is just a facade, but that the flames are real. But it will never burn down because the flames are all self-contained in canisters located. Also, you'll see several motorhomes. These motorhomes are used by actors when on location around the studio and around the city. Now, we don't give them motorhomes because we pamper them. You see, motorhomes provide air conditioning, which keeps their makeup fresh. They photographed in often utilized areas of our back lot. Now, as we travel forward, many of these facades appear to be constructed out of brick, concrete, steel, and stone, but in all actuality, they're made of plaster, foam rubber, fiberglass, and wood, and are usually strung together by chicken wire. Nothing at all exists inside of these facades except scaffolding and ladders, which enables actors to climb up to the upstairs windows, and it also enables filmmakers to place lights behind the windows to make the buildings appear as though they're inhabited. And now that we've completely entered New York Street, I'd like for everyone to take a look at each end of the street. And you'll notice that the ends of the street are curved, and that's done to add the impression of length, and the street appears to go on indefinitely. But upcoming here on my side of the tram is our Courthouse Square area, and those of you who visited movie theaters last summer will recognize that as the fictional city of Kingston Falls from last summer's Warner Brothers hit Gremlins. It was also Fairvale for Psycho and Psycho 2, Mayfield for Leave It to Beaver and Steal the Beaver, and it's going to be used extensively in an upcoming production entitled Back to the Future, which will star Michael J. Fox of Family Ties. But here on my side of the tram, folks, is a street that we call Brownstone Street. And imagine that, if you will, as Harlem of the 1920s, as it was for the motion picture Lady Sings the Blues, which starred Diana Ross as the legendary blues singer Billie Holiday. That cast also included Mr. Billy D. Williams. Robert Redford as Johnny Hooker in the movie The Sting also lived there on Brownstone Street. In fact, upcoming here on my side of the tram is an alleyway And on that alleyway is a red brick facade with a garage, fire escape, and stairwell leading down underneath the sidewalk. That was the site of the gambling parlor. That's where Doyle Lanigan, portrayed by Robert Shaw, received the sting. But more recently, New York Street was used as the fictional city of Richmond for last summer's Streets of Fire, which starred Diane Lane and Michael Paré. Now, for that movie, director Walter Hill mounted the large scaffolding that you see placed above the facades. And mounted to that scaffolding is a large black tarp, which is approximately 175,000 square yards in length. That black tarp draped the entire New York Street and Brownstone Street areas and enabled the innovative director to film nighttime scenes during the day. Quite an amazing feat, the first time it had ever been done on that scale. 1915 for a silent film, and it's the oldest structure on the Universal Studios back lot. Whoa, but wait a second, Lawyer, the bridge is falling apart. We can't take these people on that bridge. Maybe you should back up. What do you mean we can't back up? Lawyer, if we go real slow, do you think we can make it? Hang on, everyone. Sit still. Keep your arms and legs inside. Lawyer is one of our more experienced drivers here at the studio, and he'll be sure to get us over this bridge, I'm confident. Oh, and by the way, folks, your seat cushions can be used as flotation devices. Lawyer, I don't like the looks of this at all. I don't like this. I saw 3 beams fall off into the lake down there. I don't like this bridge. Never have. Never have, never will. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Hold on, folks. Oh, no, Lawyer, the bridge is falling apart. Let's get out of here. Hang on back there. Watch as it reconstructs itself. But the bridge setting has appeared in several Universal television shows, which include The $6 Million Man, which starred Lee Majors, The Bionic Woman, which starred Lindsay Wagner, as well as The Incredible Hulk, which starred Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno. What a cross from the patch of greenery you see just beyond our New York Street area is the Lakeside Country Club, and it was founded by W.C. Fields and a host of other celebrities way back in the early days, and Bob Hope can often be seen golfing there. But just beyond that point are the Burbank Studios, the collection of 10 buildings there in the distance, home to Columbia Pictures and Warner Brothers. Just last year, Columbia Pictures brought us Ghostbusters and A Soldier Story, and Warner Brothers distributed Purple Rain, all quiet on the Western Front. But looming just outside of Prop Plaza here on my side of the tram is a large shark's head, and it was used in an advertisement campaign for the movie Jaws 3D, and was mounted 50 chance of rain in this part of the back lot today. I'm not exactly sure what he meant by that, but Lawyer is something of a practical joker, and this is Hollywood. And with that combination, almost anything is possible. So I keep my cameras fixed to his side of the tram, just in case.
It's on.
Oh, now I know what he meant by a 50-50 chance of rain. It's only raining on the left side of the tram. It's still clear and dry on the right. But sometimes, folks, when it rains in this area, we have flash floods. You don't think it would happen today, do you? Keep your cameras aimed on the hill to the left. Look, it's a flash flood and it's headed straight for our tram. The tree is falling. Watch out back there. What you've just seen, folks, is a great example of movie-making magic. This is exactly how we would create an outdoor rain scene for filming. The rain comes in sprinklers located in the trees, and the flood effect is created by dumping 10,000 gallons of water from tanks located above. That same process was used in the movie Earthquake to create an air bridge and an Air Force 77 to flood the plane's interior. And it's interesting to note that for the making of MGM's classic musical Singing in the Rain, that there were effects artists used colored milk with water to make it photograph better, because without coloration, water just simply scratches on the screen. So while it appeared that Mr. Kelly was singing and dancing, he was actually pouring in the milk. A little chickadee, yes, which W.C. Fields and Mae West. You might remember the scene in which W.C. Fields was about to be hung by the townspeople when suddenly Mae West stepped in, shot down the rope, and saved his life. Now this area is called Six Points, Texas, because 6 different looking western streets all converge upon this central plaza. And it was possible during the silent film days to film 6 different westerns simultaneously. You see, each street is a city all unto itself with its own hotel, sheriff's office, and saloon. So whenever the sheriff had to chase the bad guys out of town, all we had to do was move the cameras around the corner and there was the next town. But as you can see, Six Points, Texas has been updated recently. However, if we wanted to film a western along these streets, we simply bring in a dump truck, unload tons of dirt, place boards along the sidewalks, and remove the lampposts, and we make for a very nice old western town once again. And rumor has it, folks, that the western is on its way back. But I'm coming here on my side of the tram. You can see that we never ever throw anything away here at the studio. These picture cars were used in the movie MacArthur, which starred Gregory Peck. The large shopping cart was pushed by Lily Tomlin in the movie The Incredible Shrinking Woman. The Panther statue was used in the movie Cat People, which starred Natasha Kinski. But the structure next to the Panther statue, this abstract structure, can be seen in the new Universal release entitled The Breakfast Club. It was used to decorate the school's library. And also here on my side of the tram, this riverboat facade was constructed in 1953 for a movie entitled Mississippi Gambler, which starred Tyrone Power, and was later used in a television series entitled Riverboat. But the body of water that the riverboat occupies, folks, believe it or not, but it served as the entire Pacific Ocean for McHale's Navy. And that starred Ernest Borgnine and Tim Conway, the old PT-73. Now in McHale's Navy, we took shortcuts by painting one side of the vessel with friendly colors, the other side with enemy colors. That submarine is the only set left from the show. Wait just a second, it appears to be following us. Wait a minute, lawyer, I'm not even sure that it's friendly. I think we better get out of here. Lawyer, it's just fired a torpedo at us. Oh my goodness. But we've now reached a very memorable location, the Red Sea, inspired by the 10 Commandments of Paramount Picture. In the movie, Charlton Heston parted the Red Sea, but here at Universal, our guests can usually do it by simply commanding part the waters. So at the count of 3, everyone, part the waters. 1, 2, 3.
Part the waters!
And magically they part. Now, Cecil B. DeMille first parted the Red Sea in the 1923 version of the 10 Commandments. The Red Sea scenes were created by cutting a frozen block of gelatin in half, melting them back together with gas jets, and then reversing the film to make it appear as though the Red Sea was parting. In the 1956 version of the 10 Commandments, the Red Sea scenes were created by combining matte paintings with footage of 10,000 extras walking along a dirt road in Egypt. We're now going to take you right through the center of the Red Sea. Please remain seated, keeping your arms and legs inside, but have your cameras ready because you can get a great sea level picture without getting wet. But across the Red Sea, folks, are the highest in the island of Bora from the tales of the Gold Monkey television series that starred Stephen Collins. In fact, this was the area utilized in the matte painting demonstration. The green facade here on my side of the tram was used to depict the Monkey Bar. That's where Jake Cutter, portrayed by Stephen Collins, received many of his missions. And across from the Monkey Bar, that very calm, peaceful, serene-looking lake was much more ominous some years ago when Rico Browning as the creature from the Black Lagoon first surfaced. This island setting was also the site of the Gilligan's Island television movies that were based on the original series. In fact, the huts upcoming on Lawyer's side of the tram were used in the movies as well. But across from those huts here on my side of the tram, folks, believe it or not, but this was the entire jungle for the original Tarzan, Elmo Lincoln, in the 1927 silent film classic Tarzan. And across from Tarzan's jungle is the park that we call New Park, and it was designed with the aid of a computer and can be photographed from 360 different angles. It's quite a versatile piece of property. For example, it was used as a cemetery in Alfred Hitchcock's family plot, but it was also used as a golf course in the movie The Sting. You see, New Park, when photographed from the proper angle, appears to be an extension of the Lakeside Country Club just across the street. But across from New Park and here on my side of the tram, folks, believe it or not, this is the area of the back lot that we call Park Avenue, because it can be used to depict almost any swank, posh, uptown neighborhood, as was done in the television miniseries 79 Park Avenue, which starred the lovely Leslie Ann Warren. In fact, upcoming on my side of the tram, this gray facade with a black railing in front is where Ms. Warren lived in the television miniseries. Also on my side of the tram in this trailer, you can see the name Barbara Billingsley, Tony Dow, from the television series Still the Beaver, Jerry Mathers, can be seen exclusively on the Disney Channel. But we exit Park Avenue and we travel back through time, back to Spartacus Square. And this was built for the movie Spartacus. However, this area is best known for its role as ancient Rome in Mel Brooks' History of the World, Part 1. The set of stairs there on Lawyer's side of the tram were used to depict the rear of Carol Channing's mansion in the movie Thoroughly Modern Millie. And across from Miss Channing's mansion, this great facade here on my side of the tram, which used to depict several foreign embassies in the television series It Takes a Thief, which starred Robert Wagner, was also used as a foreign embassy in the opening scenes of the movie Cloak and Dagger, which starred Dabney Coleman. But speaking of foreign embassies, I sincerely hope everyone aboard the tram has their passports with them, because we're now going to Europe, or to at least what Universal calls Little Europe. And this was built for the silent war epic, All Quiet on the Western Front. But more recently, it was used as France in the television miniseries Rich Man, Poor Man, as well as episodes of Airwolf Man and Murder, She Wrote. It's called Little Europe because it can be used to depict almost any European city by simply changing the language on the signs, doors, and windows. And it's interesting to note that this area of the back lot burned down some years ago, and being the type of studio that we are, we called in a film crew before we called in a fire truck, and we now have stock footage of Little Europe burning to the ground. And it appears as though we're traveling upon cobblestones. These aren't cobblestones at all. It's actually cement pressed into that mold with the use of a cookie cutter type device. For those of you taking pictures, keep your cameras fixed to my side of the tram, because upcoming is the most famous courtyard in all of Hollywood. It's the Court of Miracles, and it was underneath the archway on the left-hand side that the Frankenstein monster made his first appearance in the 1939 film classic Frankenstein. The fountain was used in the movie The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and Bela Lugosi's Dracula also roamed that courtyard. On the other side of the Court of Miracles, coming up here on my side of the tram, you'll see a large metal structure. It's called a gimbal. In fact, it was used to make the movie Earthquake. You see atop this gimbal, we placed a miniature scale model of the city of Los Angeles. We turned on the gimbal and it shook the scale model to make it appear as though Los Angeles was falling to the ground. But across from the gimbal, here on Lawyer's side of the tram, is this castle facade. It's called the Tower of London because it was used to depict the Tower of London in the horror film of the same name. But rounding out the cast of the Tower of London was Claude Rains of the Invisible Man fame, Basil Rathbone, who immortalized Sherlock Holmes on the big screen, but making his screen debut in the Tower of London was modern-day horror film star Vincent Price of Thriller fame. And on the other side of the Tower of London is our airplane graveyard. Many of those mock-ups were used in the Bob Black Sheep television series that starred Robert Conrad, but were also used in Steven Spielberg's spoof of war epics in 1941, which starred John Belushi. But we're going to travel back through 6 Points, Texas, once again up an avenue called Aspen Street. But this time, folks, I'd like you to pay particular close attention to the doors on the facades on my side of the tram, and you'll notice that they're much smaller than doors normally are. And that was to make our Western cowboys photograph much bigger and brawnier than they really were. Whereas on Lawyer's side of the tram, the doors are much taller than doors normally are. And that was to make our Western heroines appear much smaller and more petite than they really were. We're going to be pausing up ahead here, folks, because there's a train due by. Lawyer, there's a train due by here at almost any moment. I don't think we can beat it. Hold on, folks. Lawyers are going to try.
I can't stop the train. Move!
That was close. Now the name of that train, folks, is the Amity Express, because it's used to bring passengers to the small town of Amity, which was terrorized by the man-eating great white shark in one of Universal's all-time biggest box office hits and the winner of 3 Academy Awards, Jaws. But wait a second, that guy shouldn't be fishing out there. Say, buddy, you better put your oars in the water and row ashore, because you can hook a whole lot more than you bargained for fishing out there. Say, pal, can you hear me? Say, mister, no one's allowed to fish these waters. Say, mister, I'm talking to you. No one is allowed to fish. Say, buddy, turn around. There's a big fish on its way to hook you. Oh, my goodness. Hey, pal, folks, help me out. Try to contact the poor fellow. It's moving in for the kill. I can't bear to watch this. Oh, no. Oh, no. You see, folks, we've been trying to catch the shark with a baited hook attached to that yellow float out there. The shark has not yet, to this day, taken the bait. Oh, it appears I've spoken too soon. He's taken the bait. Oh, no, he's taken the pier, too. But don't worry, folks. As long as we can see that yellow float, we'll know just where that creature is. So keep your eyes on it. The float went under. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. He's headed straight for the beach over there. Gloria, we better get out of here. Folks, something is about to happen because the music's getting louder. Oh, there he is. He's across the lake. Please check to see if the person sitting next to you is still there. Now, although Jaws was shot on the coast of Martha's Vineyard, the boats on the lake are the ones that were used in the movie. The Orca, the black, red, and white vessel, coming up here on my side of the tram, was featured throughout the film as the three men hunted the shark. And across the lake, the blue boat with a hole in it appeared as Ben Gardner's boat. You might remember the scene in which Richard Dreyfuss went underwater in search of the missing fisherman, when suddenly the fisherman's head appeared in that hole. Those of you taking pictures, here on Lawyer's side of the tram is an excellent picture spot of the Jaws lake setting. But it's a little known fact that the producers of Jaws originally intended for it to be a musical. Yes, but no one could figure out how to tune a fish. That's exactly the way we felt about it, folks, so the idea was canned. You might also want to watch for the Jaws Lake setting in the popular CBS television series entitled Murder, She Wrote. It's used to depict Jessica Fletcher's home of Cabot Cove, Maine. But on the other side of Cabot Cove is the street that we call Mockingbird Lane because principal photography for the movie To Kill a Mockingbird was done there. But across the street from Mockingbird Lane, here on my side of the tram, folks, is probably the best known house of ill repute. It is none other than Miss Mona's Chicken Ranch from the movie The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. And The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas featured two of the biggest stars in Hollywood, Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. But the Chicken Ranch is different from most of our facades because it isn't a facade at all. It's an actual house. It was constructed from the ground up inside of our Soundstage 12, was then moved out here to be used in future productions. But keep your cameras ready, folks, because upcoming here on Colonial Street is where some of the most famous houses in motion picture and television history exist. In fact, the second house on Lawyer's side of the tram with the gray green paint is where Jimmy Stewart lives with his 6'3" invisible rabbit friend Harvey. And the third house, the beige one with the circular window and red rooftop, is 1313 Mockingbird Lane, home of that all-American family, the Munsters. But what all-American family will live across the street from the Munsters? And down here at the end of the block in this house with the brick front and beige painted top, the Cleavers. This is, of course, the house that was used in the Leave It to Beaver television series, which starred Hugh Beaumont, Barbara Billingsley, Tony Dow, and, of course, Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. But it's a little-known fact that after the Cleavers moved out of 211 Pine Street, America's favorite doctor moved in, Dr. Marcus Welby, MD, portrayed by Robert Young. But long before Dr. Welby or the Cleavers ever lived there, a little-known actor by the name of Ronald Reagan lived there with his monkey friend Bonzo in the movie Bedtime for Bonzo. I wonder whatever became of that fella. But here on Lawyer's side of the tram across this courtyard is our colonial mansion, and it was constructed for a silent film, but was later used as a sanitarium in the movie Harvey, but is being currently utilized as the Bruckner Funeral Home for an upcoming movie of the week entitled Joe and Michael. But next door to the colonial mansion, that pink house with the carport, you might remember from the movie The Thrill of It All, which starred Doris Day and James Garner. Now in that movie, Mr. Garner drove his car through that carport into a swimming pool which was in the backyard. But as you can see, there is no swimming pool, nor is there a backyard. They actually existed inside of a soundstage on our front lodge. And we often joke that Doris Day lived in many of the houses here on Colonial Street, just changing houses and husbands from movie to movie. And across from Miss Day, in this house with the pillars on the porch and the yellow paint, lived John Forsythe long before he moved into the Carrington Mansion. That's the house from the old Bachelor Father television series. And as we travel behind the Cleaver household, in a move not to disillusion anyone, but you're going to see that June was not the housekeeper she was all cracked up to be. Because all that exists inside are just scaffolding and ladders. So when you saw young Theodore walk into the front door of the house, that was of course shot on Colonial Street. And when the action resumed inside of the Cleaver household, that was shot inside of a soundstage. But here on Lawyer's side of the tram, this greenhouse is where Pamela Sue Martin lived before she moved into the Carrington Mansion. And she lived there as Nancy Drew in the television series, The Nancy Drew Mysteries. And the very last house is the House of the Seven Gables from the horror film of the very same name. But as we climb this hill above Colonial Street, those of you taking pictures want to get your cameras in position when we reach the very first tier of this hill, because it's an excellent picture-taking spot of the Universal backlot and the breathtaking San Fernando Valley beyond. But as we travel forward, it might interest you to know that this is our wilderness area, and it's purposely left in this untouched state to make it easier to maintain and more versatile for filming. For example, it was used as Vietnam in the movie The Deer Hunter, which starred Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken, and Meryl Streep. But more recently was used as Antarctica in John Carpenter's The Thing. How do we make an Arctic setting out of the Southern California landscape? And that's a job for our weather effects artisans. They bring in large white tarps, drape the entire area, place white bed sheets around the trunks of the trees, and spray the leaves of the trees with white spray paint, and it makes for a very nice artificial Arctic setting. But if you're at all curious about the facade, poised there on Lawyer's side of the tram, it was used to depict upstate New York in the short-lived television series Gloria, which stars Sally Struthers as Gloria Stibbing. That's the house she shared with his son Joey. But speaking of houses, I sincerely hope everyone visiting LA and the Southern California area all have adequate hotel and motel accommodations. But if not, you might want to look into this place coming up dead ahead. The only problem with it is guests seem to check in, but they don't check out. I guess that's due to the fact that the proprietor of this establishment is something of a cut-up. You see, his name is Norman Bates, and this is, of course, the infamous Psycho House from Alfred Hitchcock's classic suspense thriller Psycho and its sequel Psycho 2. Now, the house is called the Psycho House, and the hill that it sits upon we refer to as the Psycho Hill, and the roadway leading up the hill to the house we call the Psycho Path. Now, those of you on my side of the tram can get an excellent picture of the house. And then when Lawyer turns the corner, those of you on his side can get the same low-level angle shot that Alfred Hitchcock liked to use in the making of the original motion picture that starred Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh. Now, those of you who have seen Psycho, I'm sure, have not forgotten that unforgettable shower scene that featured the two actors. Well, the blood that was utilized in that shower scene was actually chocolate syrup. Chocolate syrup could be used because the film was shot in black and white. Also, the sound of the knife penetrating Janet Leigh's character's skin was actually done by a sound effects person by plunging a knife into a watermelon. Moreover, film legend has it that Alfred Hitchcock, in a move to enhance the look of shock on Janet Leigh's character's face just prior to her receiving her first stab wound, turned on cold water in the shower. And although the film sequence only took 45 seconds on screen, it took some 7 days to film. Ahead. It's the only safe passage through the base of the glacier to the other side of the mountain. The roads are slick with snow and ice, and chains are definitely necessary. Oh, and one warning, folks, this is Avalanche country, so I hope everyone aboard the tram has insurance. But if not, you might want to grab a piece of the rock. But please, bear in mind that the lives of this entire expedition depend upon all of us, so please remain as quiet as you possibly can. Oh no, if you feel as though you're going to fall, just close your eyes and hang on. The old saying goes, one good turn. Always deserves another. We're actually upside down at this very moment, folks. We're only being held in our seats by this centrifugal force. You just survived one of Universal's most innovative special effects. The vibrant sound of the Avalanche is the Academy Award-winning Stunt round, and the tunnel appeared longer than it really was through a technique called reflected force perspective, a technique utilized by Alfred Hitchcock to make his filming sets appear longer. E.T. the Extraterrestrial was filmed. In fact, all the way across the valley, at the foot of the San Gabriel Mountains, if you look real close, you'll see a housing development with red rooftops. That's the neighborhood where Elliot lived. And this is the same view E.T. saw as he began his exciting adventure here on Earth. And if you love E.T. like I do, you'll be happy to know that he's coming back July 12th to phone home once again. And E.T. is a shining example of the magic of the movies. And now that we've taken you through our studio, we hope that you have a better understanding of the creativity and ingenuity of the people who work behind the scenes to create movie magic. We're going to take you back to the entertainment center now, where you can experience more of the magic of motion pictures and television shows. And you might want to begin your magical journey with a visit to all 4 of our live shows, and they are the Western Stunt Show presented by Coca-Cola, the Animal Active Stage presented by Calcan,
Stunt show will be starting in just a few moments, and when it does, we ask that for your own safety to please remain seated. And so, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of MCA and Coca-Cola, I would like to welcome you all to Universal Studios Live Action Stunt Show. Now we have with us today some of the actors, stuntmen, who are currently under contract here at Universal Studios, and they're going to demonstrate for you how they perform some of those exciting feats you may have seen on your television and your motion picture screens. Well, right now it's my pleasure to introduce to you a very fine actor, stuntman. Ladies and gentlemen, won't you please help me welcome Mr. Lance Rimmer!
Thank you. Today we thought we would set up one of the basic elements of our business. That is the motion picture stunt fight. And when we're called upon to do this, we go through a period of rehearsing that we call blocking out a fight. Now this all means that we go through that fight routine many times, in slow motion of course, until we have complete confidence in each other's movements. Then and only then will we put the fight on film. Right now I would like to bring out a couple of fight partners of mine that will be helping us in today's demonstration. If you would please welcome, out of the top window over here, Mr. Steve Gillum. Right behind him, Mr. Robert Rochelle.
Hey, that was my sign. I don't care. Well, I do.
Just a minute up there. Steve?
Yeah?
Hold it!
Hold that. Ow!
Knock it off!
Well, it hurt.
Robert, that's what you're paid for, getting hurt.
I didn't get paid.
Hey, let's get down to business.
Hey,
You heard me. Steve, do the honors. Throw the punches.
I intend to.
Robert, you'll have to receive them.
Oh, I don't want to.
You heard me. You'll notice as Steve's fist goes to the man's face, Robert will snap his head to the side.
Snap!
Another punch we like to use is the one to the midsection. That punch is delivered in this manner. Steve approaches his target. He will pull the punch or say bounce it off. Same time, Robert can tighten up the midsection, perhaps let out a breath of air.
You do the punchline.
Once again, it will look like this.
I got it right in the eye.
Are you through?
Yeah.
That is not what I meant.
Yeah, but all my friends liked it, and y'all liked it. They liked it.
It's time you settle down.
Yeah, but...
Settle down.
Okay.
Now, we'll block out a fight.
I'll strike.
Begin by shoving Robert against the building.
Against the building.
As he bounces off, throw him to the ground. I'll kick him.
Right. Wrong.
Get out of here.
Hey, I don't like it.
I don't care what you like. I'm the boss. You're nothing.
Big deal. Boss over nothing.
I want an order out of you. Order.
Hamburger fries and a Coke.
Loosen up. Get into this.
I'll loosen it up. You, both of you. Well, now, aren't we Mr. Macho? Yeah.
Slow motion. Get the timing.
Motion. What? Oh, that was fun. He said slow motion. I don't care what he said. Well, then I'm not going to do it. You want to bet? Yeah.
Come on, Steve.
That's none of your business.
Cowboy, if I come over there, you'll think it's my business. Yeah.
Get over here. You want it? Get it right there. Hey, wrong door. All right, where is he? I'm ready for him now. I dare you to show his ugly face out here. Oh, bingo. Now, come on, I'm a leader. So good. So good. Ow, oh, no, no. Oh, no. Get me out of here. Why? I got money. How much? $10. Give it to me. Take it. Give me the rope. Got it? Yeah.
Where he goes?